Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm looking at this, which is the Vintage Coaster V50. It's a lot of fun to play. This is the first one of the Vintage Coaster series I've done. Obviously I've done a lot of the other vintage guitars, but this is the first coaster. It's a cool guitar. Let me tell you about it and then I'll play it and we'll look at some of the specs and things. So obviously fairly big offset body. It's not too heavy. It's a basswood body, gloss red finish, obviously. I think it's available in black, potentially sunburst as well. I can't remember. So it's got a contour around the back there. Very comfortable to play. Easy access all the way up to here, which is the 22nd fret. Bolt-on maple neck with a rosewood board. 22 frets, as I said. Very comfortable to play. Die-cast tuners, in keeping with the look of the whole thing. They work fine. Down here, I really like the shape of the pick guard on here. So a 3-ply pick guard, which houses a pair of these Allen Entwistle X2C double coil pickups. So I looked up the X2Cs on Allen's website, and I think they're the same ones. So they're ceramic magnets with nickel pole pieces in them, kind of bright, modern sounding humbuckers. The neck one, I believe, is a lower resistance than the bridge, so you get the neck's a lot mellower than the bridge. So it's kind of, the bridge is great, twangy. Neck's a lot more jazzy, but almost kind of takes almost into kind of stratty style neck sound. I don't know why I'm talking about it. Why don't I just play through it? That's a good idea, isn't it? It makes more sense. Master volume, master tone, 3-way switch. Nothing else on there. Let's start at the bridge. Volume up full. I'm just going straight into my Hampstead here, my Artist RT. I'll start where I was for the intro there, but I might go a bit cleaner and a bit dirtier because why not? So here we are. This is the bridge pickup. Twangy bridge pickup, you know, doing what it should. Great for your kind of classic rock stuff. Shall we hear it cleaner? Let's go cleaner first. I'm just going to turn the gain down. A bit cleaner now. So it cleans up nicely. I think this is strung with 9s, which is a bit light for my taste, but I'll come to that later. Let's hear what it sounds like with a lot more gain, shall we? So. So I've maxed out my preamp gain. We'll see how this sounds. So that's fun. Yeah, so yeah, that works. That works with a lot of gain as well. It works really well with a lot of gain, actually. I don't normally play with that much gain. Let's hear how the neck pickup sounds. I'm going to go back to something a bit cleaner for that now. Okay, so we're back to a clean sound now on the neck pickup on its own, and then we'll look at how they sound together. So here's the neck pickup. It's a bit loud, isn't it? So here's the neck pickup on its own. So that sounds great. You know, it's still got a bit of brightness to it, which is quite nice for a humbucker. You know, you kind of expect neck humbuckers to be a little bit darker sounding than that. But I think with the longest, you know, the kind of 25.5-inch scale length, and the fact that it is fairly low DC resistance, sounds great. I mean, we can darken it up with the tone knob, of course. More jazzy tone. Great though. Let me give it some beans and we'll see how it does with that. I think it's going to be great. Let's go kind of midway on the gain. Okay. Does that wonderfully. Really nice. Yeah. You know, it's a lot of fun, this guitar. Let's hear what the both pickups sound like together, because why not? This is just on the same gain setting I was on before, so kind of relatively high. Cool. I mean, it sounds cool. Let's see, a bit cleaner. Okay, how's that? Nice. Okay. So this is both pickups together, bit clean. playing with the tone control on that. It's a very usable tone knob, which is great. Like it does what it's supposed to, and it doesn't do it all in the last 5% of the knob. So that's really useful. So I've played through a lot of the sounds on here. I didn't realise how much this guitar cost when I got it. It came with these other two behind me, the Revo ones, which I've played before, and I'm kind of aware of the price of those, roughly, because I've done the Revo ones before. I've not done the coasters before. I assumed that this guitar was probably about 400 quid. But the list price on it is 249. So I was very, very impressed with that. It's a great guitar. I mean, it's a great guitar, but for that money, it's a really great guitar. The finishing on it is really nice. I haven't found any, there's no blemishes or anything. Which leads me on to my next point, which is, if this were my guitar, what I'd be very tempted to do with it is put some heavy strings on it and tune it down. Because I think I don't know why, I just think it would work really well in, kind of low C sharp or maybe low C. So not quite down to kind of baritone tuning, but halfway between standard and baritone. So yeah, like the kind of C sharp area. Either open tune for slide or just, C sharp standard. I've just got a hunch it would do really well for that. And at that kind of price, but I think it would also do well at the opposite end of the spectrum as a Nashville, like high-strung guitar, where you replace the low 3 strings with strings that are an octave higher. No, sorry, the low 4 strings with strings that are an octave higher to give you that kind of jangly sound. So this could be a great kind of extra guitar to have in the studio for for something different, because it does sound great. It's a great guitar as it is, especially if you're looking as as a starter. But if you're a kind of more experienced player who might just be looking for another guitar for a different sound, or like I say, for different tunings, I think this would be a great place to start. And I'm pretty sure as well, because I know the Allen Entwistle pickups, I imagine that these are probably 4 conductor pickups, which means that you could, if you wanted to, and I'd have to check this, add in some extra little modifications. I would love to see a phase switch for this middle position for the two of them. I'm not too worried about the coil splits because I think they sound great as they are, but I'd love to have an out of phase switch for one of them so you could get that phasey mid-tone. On a push-pull maybe. But anyway, there we go. That's just my thoughts about it, and what I would do. I should mention it's a satin feel on the neck here as well, which is very comfortable. That kind of dry satin feel, which is nice. It's a nice guitar. I've had a lot of fun playing this, and I was very surprised at how much it costs. So, all the links, all the specs are down below. Do check it out, see what other colours are available, and if you do decide to turn it into a kind of low-tuned, fire-breathing slide machine, let me know, because I'd be very intrigued to see how it comes out. Right then, I'm going to play out, bit more gain, I'll go between the pickups, all that stuff. Thanks for watching.